Brexit and those policy papers that we're expecting from the government in the next hour. Specifically, we are expecting some more detail about the so-called transitional customs arrangement with the European Union after we leave the bloc. Joining us to talk about what we might see from Westminster is the former UKIP leader and former MEP Nigel Farage. Mr Farage, thanks for your time. So, looks like, from what we're hearing, we're going to have this transitional arrangement, and it's been consulted with business who say that they're quite pleased with this.
Well, big business will be. I mean, the CBI and others, organisations who, of course, years ago wanted us to join the euro, wanted us to vote to stay part of the European Union, they'll be very happy this morning because what the government has said is that actually we're going for a period of 2 or 3 years, or who knows, perhaps even longer. We're going to stay part of the customs union. We're going to have the European Court of Justice to continue to rule. We're going to go on paying money. And, of course, we're going to continue with the free movement of people. And whatever the views of big business on this, remember, we had a referendum. We voted to leave. We did not vote for transitional arrangements. And I see the government in this. I see this as dither, delay, a lack of decisive leadership, and this is lowering our standing with the rest of the world.
But if they are gathering opinion from the world of business, which they were criticised originally not for doing, and they're taking into account the hit our economy could take, and they've put a time limit on it, David Davis has said it will be no further than the next election, is it not worth doing rather than taking that hit if they've been told that?
Why would I believe that it won't go beyond the next election when I was told a few months ago it wouldn't go beyond the end of the Article 50 process? So I don't take that credibly at all. And as I say, if we'd listened to the voice of business, big business, we'd have joined the euro. Big business, the Goldman Sachs and co. lost the referendum. And it is now the democratic duty of this government to enact the will of the people. And they're showing today they simply want to kick this into the long grass. And the worry for me is this. America, for example, very, very keen under the Trump presidency to sign a trade deal with the UK. On the current timetabling that's been proposed today, President Trump would be nearing the end of his second term as president before we were able to enact a trade deal. And I think the message is to the rest of the world, Britain actually isn't serious. It's not open for business for many years to come.
So if we were to not have this transitional arrangement and come out 2019 so that we could strike trade deals with the likes of America, that gives us 17 months to set up a new customs arrangement and things like that. Is that enough time to then strike new trade deals with no arrangement in terms of free and open borders for us?
Well, it's certainly a better opportunity than what's being proposed today. Look, ultimately, it's worth remembering that the EU is a big export market for us. Yes, we sell them about £230 billion of the goods every year, but remember they sell us £290 billion worth of goods every single year. And business, whether it's BMW or Siemens or whoever it may be, would insist that the European Commission and the UK sorted out some sensible customs arrangements. After all, most of our business conducted today is done with the non-EU world. We manage there. I'm sure we can do it with our next-door neighbours.
So you're advocating, after what you've seen today, out of the customs union, out of the single market, no transitional deal as of that date in March 2019?
No, I think what you do, or what you should do, is say to the European Commission, look, we have got to sort this out by the end of 2019, and it's in your interest and our interest to do this, because if you don't do this, your own businesses will start screaming at you and your own politicians. And 2 years should have been plenty. And I think today what the government has done is to show the most enormous weakness. And those people in Brussels today who are not sitting on sunny beaches in the Mediterranean will be, having a good glass of champagne at lunchtime today. Today is a big victory for the European Commission.
So it sounds like you don't think David Davis is doing a very good job at all. According to his ex-chief of staff, he had you on speed dial recently.
Well, I think David Davis finds himself in the middle of a party that is split, absolutely riven asunder on this issue. And I think what you're seeing now is government policy on Brexit that is more about the unity of the Conservative Party than what is good for the country or honouring the referendum result.
Have you been speaking to this Brexit secretary, though, at all?
I haven't recently, no.
OK, final question while we've got you. Seems like there's going to be a movie made of the Brexit process. Hearing rumours that you may well be played by Benedict Cumberbatch or Kevin Spacey. Who out of those two is most suited to play you, Mr Farage?
Well, look, it's August. and, it's the silly season and stories like this are great fun. I've no idea whether this is going to be a film or not. It may be. And if it is, I will audition to play myself because I think I'm quite good at it.
Is it going to have a happy ending, Brexit the movie?
Well, Brexit the movie will have a very happy ending if we have a government that actually believes in this country and knows what a strong hand we've got in these negotiations, and see how many people around the world want to embrace us. And what we've done today is to say to the broader world, we're not going to be open for business for many years to come.
Nigel Farage, thank you.
You didn't frankly have the balls to put country before party.